Reddit did to do and welcome into more important issues. It is Monday, May 18th. I don't know about it is hot as hell where I'm at. I don't know about Knoxville. Is it still
Yeah,
hot?
so Caleb's on the road right now. So where
I'm on the
are
road.
you actually at?
I just stopped at what's the name? Let's see. It's one and only barbecue,
Yeah,
and
that's a good
you
place.
you also recommended it, and it is freaking delicious. I mean, I'm changing my stance on barbecue now, and sweet peas is currently at least my favorite local barbecue. Which I guess this would never be my favorite local, but I brisket and it was phenomenal. So
Can't go
already
wrong with
making
that.
good food. No, absolutely not. We're here today to talk about Miles Campbell. Sunday we mentioned how was Tennessee taking a break? What's going on? There's no commits. It feels weird. We told you they'd be right back. Today, Miles Campbell, 3-star tight end out of Douglasville, Georgia, commits to the Vols. Joe Ossovet making a name for himself on the staff.
Yeah, Miles Campbell does it on his 17th birthday. So happy
Yeah.
freaking birthday.
Happy birthday. Welcome to the family, man.
Yeah, what a day to be a Vol on your birthday.
Absolutely. You can't ask for anything more. We talked about how this is addressing needs. This was one of the things as this classic, we keep getting a bunch of commitments. We talked about areas of needs. Tight end was one of those. And we picked up a tight end commitment from someone. I mean, he has a nice little offer list. A couple of SEC schools. Auburn's in that mix. Georgia Tech and Arkansas are some of the other schools he was considering.
Yeah, and you talk about position of need, and that was the tight end position. You look at like who Tennessee's gotten recently, like the last guys they got, they didn't get any really last class unless you count D. Beckwith. And in this class, you might have Julian Nixon and Rock Taylor who could maybe fit that mold later on, but they're going to get the opportunity to play receiver first in college. So this is the guy who right out of the gate is probably going to be a tight end.
Right, and that's a good thing is he's got that body type, and he is an athlete too. You mentioned yesterday on the show as we talked about him a little bit that he played quarterback for at least a time.
Yeah, and since JG's up to 230, I mean, I guess so could this guy. He could play quarterback too.
Right. We're just putting on weight around here. That's it.
We're getting heavy.
Exactly. Jeremy Pruitt's not the only one that's getting big in Knoxville. Talk about Joe Ossovet. Well, do you have anything else about Miles Campbell before we kind of mention how Joe Ossovet is making a name for himself and moving up in the recruiting rankings?
Yeah, so I mean, he led the way with this one. This is, I think, his third commit recently, who he's been the primary recruiter for. You had 4-star outside linebacker Aaron Willis. You had 4-star defensive tackle Katron Evans, and now you add the 3-star tight end Miles Campbell. So, so he was at 26, I think, last week when I checked out the recruiting rankings. I think Tennessee had 5 in the top 30. Check today. Now they have 5 in the top 20 with Joe Ossovet moving from 26 all the way to number 10.
Moving on up, man. It's not just the Tennessee athletes that got the high rankings. Now the staff's getting in on the action. You love to see it.
Absolutely, and he's letting people know how he deserved that promotion just a few months ago.
Absolutely. The fact that and you mentioned it too when he got on staff that this might have been just a temporary thing. Jeremy Pruitt wanted to get some guys on the road and make sure they were still actively recruiting these guys. And you talked about it was kind of a tryout for Joe Ossovet. I think he's past the tryout stage, and I think the man's landed him a spot on the staff for sure, for good.
Yep, for good. And he adds a tight end who runs a 4.6. I forgot to mention that. I mean, this kid can run. So, you look at the tight ends on this roster, none of them have really proved anything in the passing game. Maybe Austin Pope has been – he's been a key player, but more in the run game, not really in the passing game. So maybe, this is a guy who they can utilize in that Jim Chaney offense.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Jim Chaney. It's kind of been one of the characteristics of his offense, and it wasn't just last year, maybe due to some personnel, issues and needs. Now that we're getting some guys that are addressing those high need areas, maybe we get back to that characteristic of Jim Chaney using the tight end more.
Absolutely. And, I don't really have anything else for Miles Campbell. That's all we got. Congrats, Miles Campbell, the 3-star tight end out of Douglasville, Georgia, commits to the Vols on his 17th birthday. Happy birthday. Welcome to Vol Nation. That's all we got. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.